What's up everyone, I'm Monty, and today we're talking about Subnautica. More specifically, a secret new character and event hidden in the depths. So before continuing, if it wasn't obvious already, spoilers ahead for both the current build of the alpha and the future of the game. Now, keep in mind that I might get some things wrong here because I've yet to beat the original Subnautica game, so there might be a couple lore bits that I don't understand or know about the game yet. I'm trying to stay spoiled free on it, but there is one thing I do know about the original Subnautica game, and that is you are the only living human on that planet. And that was a big part of the charm of the original game. It really gives you a sense of solitude and paranoia when you realize everyone else from the Aurora has died a very Leviathan-y death, and it is just you against the ocean. And for the most part, the new game starts off the same. The only real difference being that your sister is guiding you from a space station above the planet. However, what if I told you that there was another living human on the planet with you, and that she will probably play a very big role in the game and potentially be the catalyst for a war with the Altera Corporation? Now granted, there's not much to go on with this theory, but with the current build of the game and what we have access to, I think it's a pretty solid one. Now, you're probably wondering, well, who is this person? Surely you have proof of this person's existence and their motives. Well, my hypothetical, overly inquisitive viewer, it just so happens I do. While streaming the game earlier, I encountered a game-breaking glitch, which made the water intangible, meaning the water was still there, but I couldn't swim in it. Instead, I would just fall through the ocean. Now, on the bright side, I didn't have to worry about oxygen in this state. The game didn't register that I was underwater. So for about 20 minutes, I roamed around the seafloor, looking at the game from a perspective that I probably wasn't supposed to see it at. Granted, the colors were still there, the ocean water was still there, it was just looking from the bottom, which is what you're seeing on the screen right now. Now, during my adventures as a bottom feeder, I still did have one enemy: gravity. Speaking of which, when you're just a lonely little sea urchin on the bottom of the ocean floor, and you come across a giant hole in the ground, what do? Well, if you're me, it's quite simple, really. You jump.
You again.
Now, this appears to be the beginning of a triggered event between Robin, the player character, and another character only known as Marg. Perhaps it's short for Margaret? I don't know. Now, I didn't see any character models down there, and I did a lot of video editing to look, slowing down the footage, raising the brightness, and I couldn't see anything. There was nothing to make out. I think it's safe to say that the only thing down there is the trigger to start the event. But luckily, it appears to be a pretty substantial event. First off, it's clearly not the first time we've run into this character in the game, though it may be the first time we get to talk to her. Second, she clearly doesn't trust the Altera, and maybe she's even acting against them. Or maybe she just has a ton of debt from looting things on the bottom of the ocean and doesn't want to pay it. Who knows? Either way, I believe that Altera is going to become somewhat of an enemy to the player in this game. And I think your sister is probably going to be caught in the middle. Who knows, there may be even a choice system implemented in this game. I kind of really hope so. Even though the full voiceover isn't in the game yet, you can see what happens in the scene here. You bump into her while she's piloting a prawn suit. She's carrying some kind of creature on her back. Perhaps she's hunting for food down here. And she has tinted windows, which she removes so the player can see her. And she also clearly doesn't trust you or the Altera Corporation. Unlike every other conversation in Subnautica, this text describes what happens in the scene, which makes sense because if the models aren't there, that text is there to help the animator make the scene come to life and tell him what voice lines to use. Judging by how deep down this event takes place, I think it's safe to assume this is probably the midpoint of the game, and it's probably after you get a prawn suit of your own, but I think only time will tell that. In any case, if you were wondering where to find this event, I do not have the coordinates for you. However, I can tell you, it is near the area where the glow whales are rising from the ocean. I tested it out also, and you can reach it if you have a maxed out H2O tank and a sea glide. However, you'll still die when you get to that point because you run out of air. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your own theories. And if you enjoy this kind of video, let me know by hitting that like button. Like I said before, I mostly do Let's Plays on this channel, and if that interests you, you can hit that subscribe button and be alerted anytime I upload. I'm actually currently playing through the first Subnautica game, and I'm probably going to be posting some Below Zero content within the next few days here. And who knows, maybe if this video gets enough likes, I'll make another one in the future. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.